So it turns out the religious right are actually massive hypocrites, and they're deeply immoral.
You're a jack and an idiot.
Hey, you!
What?
Most Christians aren't deeply immoral. Hypocrites you might have a bit more of an argument with, but deeply immoral, no.
And you already knew that, so I don't even know why I bothered with that being the intro. So here, take a look at this this graphic. This is from Pew Research Center, and the issue is the U.S. has a responsibility to accept refugees.
Which it doesn't. It's not our responsibility, especially when it's government forced.
It's interesting because what you have here is the religiously unaffiliated are actually the most in line with the philosophy of their religion.
Oh, You do not know what the Bible actually says. You're a dumb atheist. I used to be a Christian. I'm a deist now. I don't pretend to be an expert on Christianity, but I know there's nothing about immigration in the whole Bible. And it says absolutely nothing about being forced to help someone.
So these are all Christians, different kinds of Christians, but Christians nonetheless. And it really is the religiously unaffiliated, the atheists and agnostics, who more embody the message of their religion than they do.
That's bull, you dip.
And that's what the numbers show. That's not my opinion. That's what the numbers show.
Not quite. The numbers show that they don't want to have to be forced to take care of immigrants. They don't think it's a responsibility of the United States. It doesn't mean that they don't think they should be helped in some way. It just means that it's not the U.S.'s responsibility. It's not the U.S. government's responsibility. In fact, it's no one's responsibility. It's the individual's choice to help. They're not responsible to. It's not a sin if they don't help immigrants, if they don't help refugees. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that.
So what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, listen, we could give any of a number of quotes from the Bible on this issue, but I'll just give you a few. Deuteronomy 10:19, "You shall also love the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt."
That just basically means treat them how you want to be treated. That doesn't mean you have the responsibility to take in refugees.
Leviticus 27:19, "Cursed is anyone who withholds justice from the foreigner, the fatherless, or the widow. Then all the people shall say, Amen."
That also does not say anything about you have to take in refugees.
Psalm 146:9, "The Lord watches over the strangers. He upholds the orphan and the widow, but the way of the wicked he brings to ruin."
Also nothing.
Matthew 25:35, "I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me." Matthew 25:40, truly I say to you, as you did to one of the least of my brethren, you did to me."
That's an individual person, not a bunch of refugees that are being forced upon you that you have to take care of because of your government. And people can choose whether or not they want to have refugees or immigrants in their country or in their home. It's not their responsibility. They can choose to, but they don't have to. It's not a sin if they don't.
The issue of immigration appears to be crystal clear in one direction.
No, it's not.
And that one direction is don't be a be nice to refugees, be nice to immigrants, treat them well.
Yeah, treat them how you want to be treated, but nothing about that you have to let them in your country or in your home.
And it just so happens that when you poll the American people, overwhelmingly non-religious people want to treat refugees and immigrants nicely, and certain kinds of religious folks, particularly white evangelicals and white mainline Protestants, they want to treat refugees and immigrants the worst.
That is bull. But just for the sake of argument, I'll give you this for just a second. Let's just say, though, that there's two other things that make someone a good Christian or a good religious person. The amount of volunteer work and the amount of charity they do. Well, sorry to break it to you, but people who are really religious are more likely to donate to charity and more likely to volunteer, to do volunteer work. So they have 2 out of the 3 while you only have 1 out of 3. So tell me more how Christians aren't really that Christian or They aren't good Christians.
And they're the most likely to do those mental gymnastics, of course, acting like having kids in cages at the border is awesome and there's nothing wrong with that, and Trump is doing a great job and he's just trying to protect our country and all that stuff.
Trump is doing a meh job. Some things I agree with, some things I don't. And Obama put kids in, as you say, cages also. And these aren't cages, you
If you want to be conservative on that issue of immigration, okay, then be conservative on that issue of immigration, but just know you got to pick one or the other. In other words, it's either your Christianity or your conservatism on immigration. You got to pick one or the other, because this is one of those issues you can't have your cake and eat it too. Your religion is crystal clear. It takes the lefty position.
No, it doesn't, you utter moron.
The open-hearted and tolerant position on immigrants and refugees. So either remain a Christian, but don't be a to immigrants and refugees, or don't be a Christian and then be a
You're the only one who's being a fucking here, you absolute I despise people like you. You are so smug and full of it. Go yourself.
Either one. You know, I'm telling you, I'm being kind here by saying you could keep your harsh views on immigration and the border, but other things go hand in hand with that. And, you know, it's true, though, that in reality, a lot of this modern day iteration of religious conservatism, it was really just an attempt to launder openly bigoted white supremacist views. Now, I'm saying that as a matter of historical record.
You You are a big, giant, effing You're calling basically Christians all white supremacists. You big ass For one, Christians were the first ones to make slavery illegal. You dumb You are an utter moron and an utter jack. Go yourself, you dumb, stupid. That's it for this video. I'm done with this ass. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe, share it, comment down below. And if you really liked my video, please support my content. So do all that, and I'll see y'all later.